We off in this place, catching vibes, sit back and we blaze in the sky like I'm out of space. Natural high, light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up.
Look. Let me tell you something. I don't know what the hell going on tonight, but the devil ain't gonna stop what we got going on today. Okay? Let me be honest with y'all. The devil's trying to stop some, ain't trying to stop our shine, and we is not gonna let that happen. It's 12 minutes into this, man, and we still having some complications. So bear with me real quick so I can get this right. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Because something getting real funky around here, and I ain't liking it. Man, like I freaking said for the third time, I'm done letting this stuff stress me out. All right? I get on this show every week, and I get stressed out. But it's like, why? Why you get stressed out, Jack? Ain't no reason for you to get stressed out. At the end of the day, we coming out with some bangers, so we ain't even worried about it. Man, we about to get this thing going, though, man. Like I said before, we starting to record again starting Tuesday and Thursday, I think we're gonna post, and Sundays we're gonna go live. But man, we got some stuff, man. I went blabbering off for a little while, man. Yesterday's event was amazing, man. We got booked for our first event, and man, it was a great freaking event. Shout out to Greg, man, for allowing us to. Man, you ain't lying. Shout out to Greg for allowing me to come and host his friend's 50th birthday party. It was freaking amazing. Ended the night with a bang, man. These guys did it up. But man, we're not here to talk about them because today's special guest, coldest in the land, man. Coldest in California, coldest in the United States. I mean, this dude is making some stuff, and I'd be like, man, I wish I could do that. But this dude's so cold with it. Our special guest today is a good friend of mine. I've been knowing him, I think, 11 years or something like that. And man, we've been rocking ever since. And one thing about us, man, we all been the same. We have elevated in our lives a lot. But I tell you, what we got going on and what we doing, man, is it's a blessing. You know what I mean? But without further ado, introducing our guest of honor for the next 51 minutes, Kelston Moore. What's up, champ?
What's going on, brother? What's going on? Thank you for having me.
Man, what's going on? Hey, I apologize about the fuckery that went on prior to. I do apologize about that. That is not our intentions. Obviously, you see, I don't know if you've been following us. I'm pretty sure you have. I try to do something different, right? I'm still trying to perfect, how we gonna do it, how we gonna introduce. We changed our introduction video. I'm sure everybody's seen that, man. And today, I got this new iPhone 12 Max, right? And I said, this damn camera has LiDAR in it. I didn't know what LiDAR was until they came out with the commercial, so I ain't gonna sit up here and stunt. But I tell you, the camera will allow you to see all the pores. It'll let you see the bumps. It'll let you see everything that you need to see. So I said, you know what? We're gonna give it a shot. The thing worked the whole damn day. The whole day. And then when it's time to use it, who the hell knows?
Sounds about right.
Man, that's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Man, what's up, champ? How's everything going, man?
Everything's going, man. Another day, another dollar. Just trying to keep my head above water and, just keep pushing on, man. That's about it.
Same block, same dream.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, different block, same dream. Different block, same dream, man.
Hey, man, for everybody watching, Kels, man, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us how you became, got into the chef thing. And tell us a little bit about Chef Kelston's culinary experience.
All right, well, Chef Kelston's culinary experience is pretty much like an all-around experience. It's based on, being able to do the same thing that you would do going to a fine dining restaurant, but in the privacy of your own home. Date nights. A lot of people have kids. Multiple kids in this day and age. People having kids. So in the day, you can't really go out and have a good time with your kids. Like you would. If you were in the comfort of your own home and the kids asleep. So that's where I come in at. I come to your home, prepare 3, 4, even 5-course meals. To tailor to whatever your taste buds may be. You can do wine pairing, cocktail pairing. You can even do THC infused. You can do smoked drinks. All different types of stuff. Anything is the sky's limitless because I have a pretty active mind. I got into cooking. I've been cooking for a long time, man. Like since I was young, being from the islands, we had to learn how to cook.
Yeah,
you don't know how to cook. It's bad for you. Especially cooking rice at a young age or learning how to cook rice at a young age. It was definitely been an experience. But then being in the Navy, having good people around me. Like I didn't always want to cook. I used to hate cooking actually until, close to when I think I did an event, one of my friends, Chef Jason, and that really kind of helped me kind of realize that, man, I want to do the fine dining stuff. Like I want to do the pretty stuff, make the plates all nice and nice instead of just doing like regular food. And I just fell into that, and it's been an uphill battle. Some days are better than others, but it's always something that it's a field that I know will always allow me to be creative.
Right.
Because somebody else make the same thing, I know that I can take what they did and what someone else did and put those two things together to create something totally different. That's why I kind of like got stuck with cooking, because I can be creative, and not everything that you're not going to reinvent the wheel. You're not going to reinvent the wheel, dude.
See, it don't stop. It don't stop.
Yeah. But
so you said you was talking about reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, reinventing the wheel. I like to be different. Like I see a lot of stuff out there, and I just look at it and I be like, man, like there's just got to be some way to make this different. It's got to be some way to make this different. I'm an innovation kind of person. I like to take something and make it better, or do it, maybe find a way to do it better in less time, or use less ingredients to still get the same amount of the same end result, or maybe even better. But I'm like an innovative style chef. I like to take different things and add different stuff. Like I'm working on a recipe right now of
Whoa. Down, champ.
Now you see how it goes. You see how it goes, though, right?
Hey, we gotta moderate this thing. First and foremost, man, thank you for your service, man. Jesus, golly, shotgunning me. He's trying to drink water through a fire hose. Hey, man. So for everybody watching, man, Kels used to be in the Navy, man. And this is not what he wanted to say, but Kels actually started cooking in the Navy.
Yeah.
He started cooking in the Navy, serving us that bullshit where we was choking on it. And when he got out, he said he gonna turn into fine dining. All right. And when I say that man turned into fine dining, that man fine dining takes to a whole new level.
It wasn't it. The food. The food wasn't okay. So definitely you had your cooks that you knew.
Yeah.
Especially being on the boat, you not just, if you want something. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm sitting here cooking all day for 5,000 people. I can't just cater to one person. You know what I'm saying? So you bring me some Skittles or something. I might cook you an egg sandwich in the back. You know what I'm saying?
real quick, and you're a good chef when you make it to the wardroom and the cheese man. So then now it's a plugging game. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all for real, for all my non-Navy folks, Kels can attest, man. Being in the Navy is like being in prison, all right, especially when you're on deployment. Hey, the dudes in prison that is the heavy hitters, is the dudes that got the money, got the commissary, know the people. And if you can't provide no asset, then 9 times out of 10 you ain't getting nothing. Same thing on the man. How many times did you get paid to make people some meals that wasn't on the serve line? I'm
not gonna confirm or deny that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, but I did accept gifts. Sometimes I got some boots. Got some laundry done. Got some coveralls creased.
Man, come on now.
Maybe even got my boots shine one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, hey, people do stuff out of the kindness of their heart. I'm gonna just say that.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Kindness of their heart. That's all, man.
Well, you have, I'm so proud of your growth. You know what I mean? And I don't say that in a way like this ain't what you've been doing, but you have literally did exactly what anybody can wish for. Is you found your passion, and now you capitalizing on your passion. And in business, that's a great bet. It's like you already know. If you knew in blackjack that the dealer was going to deal you a blackjack the next hand, is you going to put all your money into it?
Exactly.
And I think that's how passions work. When you have a passion for something, you tend to put all your effort, all your money into it, but you don't even know it. You don't even realize it.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Because the whole time you're having fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, you got people doing, so many good things, man.
Rodney.
Hey, you see him?
Rodney, you right.
hey, no, but he missing one thing. He forgetting about them engineers. They're gonna keep that AC on.
Man,
exactly.
They ain't gonna get the engineers.
They forget about the engineers that gotta come fix that galley equipment, right?
Yeah.
But man, you said so where are you located at?
I'm in San Diego, California. I'm in San Diego.
Okay. And are you traveling around? Are you doing events through all over, or how's that stuff work?
Yeah, so I was in Philly. I was in Philly a couple weeks ago. I was in Baltimore last month. I'm actually working on trying to finish up a contract right now for in Houston. I'm waiting on that to get done. But yeah, last night I was up in Temecula. You know, I move around. I travel around a lot. You know, a lot of clients do request me, and it's like sometimes I do have to say, you know, I can't do it because my body is tired.
Yeah,
You know, but for the most part, yeah, I do travel. I love traveling. It's a great way to meet new people and just see different cuisines, seeing different taste buds, different styles of food. Because going to the grocery store here is completely different than going to the grocery store in Texas. Products gonna be different. They're gonna taste different. And I just that's the part I'm enjoying the most about what I do right now is being able to go somewhere different and try different products or seeing different market prices for different stuff, which is kind of helping me in the business aspect because I'm not a business person. I'm just about providing quality meals to people, a good experience, and then that's that. The rest of the business stuff will come. But now I'm actually at the point now where I have to take, and start paying attention to certain things in order to be able to better myself in business. But yeah, traveling, it's been the best. That's been the best part, man. Just learning and seeing different cultures and different cities and stuff like that.
and that's the reason why I wanted to hit on that is because I want everybody to know that they can go book you, worldwide. It doesn't matter. Obviously, it ain't cheap to book a personal chef, and honestly, if you're looking to book a personal chef, you shouldn't be thinking about a price anyway because you're getting the experience. And that's the same thing in the cigar world. You get an experience, and I bet a lot of people are out there like, why would he bring a chef on the virtual smoke deck? What a lot of people don't understand is that in order to enjoy your cigar, like right now, I'm smoking on an Asian room, Quintero, a Nicaraguan Puro. This is a full body cigar, and when you're dealing with full body cigars, if you're not eating a hearty meal or a hefty meal, then the taste or your palate is going to be thrown off, and the cigar might overpower your palate to the point where you don't even want to smoke the cigar because it's too strong, it's too bitter, it's too sweet. I mean, too spicy, whatever the case may be. And reality is, these two hobbies go hand in hand. Yeah. Cigar, food. You got to know what did you eat as much as you know what you drinking when you smoke a cigar. What did you eat prior to smoking that cigar? And that's the biggest thing that you got to know. You got to know it. So that's why I was like, man, a good friend. Why not bring a good friend on the thing and that's doing major things? Because obviously you already know in the Navy the smoke deck was free range. When you was on the smoke deck, you didn't know what the hell you was gonna talk about.
Yep, you was missing. That's where you caught everything on the ship was in the smoke deck.
Yeah. The smoke deck. I mean, you even learn things about people that you never even knew. Like Mud's about to get out the Navy and they about to go pursue this career and pursue that career, and this is how they are. You just don't know. And then I just gotta understand. People in the Navy be lying and stuff.
Yeah.
You got to get through the bluff, but that's just what it was. You know what I mean? Especially in the middle of deployment. This was your getaway. And so now that you're not in the Navy, you're not on the deployments. Now the kitchen is still your getaway, man. So how did the transition from I just like to cook to getting to the point now you're perfecting dishes I can't even pronounce and I mean, just being real, this is the same person. I remember when you first started posting videos, right, or pictures. And I was like, man, why the portion size so small? You got mad at me. It was like, well, actually, those are the correct portion size. I was like, hey, man, look, I just asked the question that everybody wanted to know. That's all.
That's like the biggest thing. So getting back to your question, the transition, like it was very rough for me getting out. When I got out, I worked for a company called Admiral's Experience, working under Chef Jeff Cole. I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot of business mind from him on how to operate a business, especially being a Black man and, like doing the things that people didn't think that we were supposed to do or we're not supposed to do. And the fact that he started out doing, when I was going through all his stuff and looking at his stuff and seeing what he did And I was like, man, like this dude is now he's running this company and he's got this and got that. He's got a little bit of everything. And I was like, yo, I want to do that. I want to be that. So working there for him, it was kind of like the first step for me outside of the military, kind of being able to kind of understand, like, okay, I don't have the military hands around my neck. I can breathe now. You know, I can be able to, I don't have to ask to use the bathroom. I don't have to ask to eat. I don't have to ask permission to do this, or hey, can I add some salt to this dish? Or hey, what about if I do this? Can I do this better? This was like the first step for me. So, you know, after working for him, and that's when my passion really started going. Like I was like, man, I got to do this. Like I was in a leadership position, you know, I was learning how to manage and stuff like that. You know, obviously it's always a learning curve when it comes to managing. But, you know, I just took that, and that's what really made me like, you know what, I got to start doing this on my own. I started working on dishes. I actually started out doing meal preps. Meal preps was like the biggest, was the best thing for me. And I see a lot of people, like I tell a lot of people, like when you're starting, you want to be a chef, you can't just go in to be a personal chef.
Yep.
You can, if you want to, you just got to put out some really good stuff. But you're not going to understand the how to pair different stuff together unless you have limitations. You know, so I had limitations of, I had clients that were doing FTDI. It was called follow the damn instructions. And it's a specific diet. You have to follow everything. You can only use everything on this paper, you know, and I had to be creative. So it's like, man, how many times can I cook brown rice? How many times did I cook chicken? You know, like, what can I do with this chicken? And after a week, I ran out of ideas, you know, and then luckily I have a good group of friends. A couple of brothers sent me some books, and I started reading the books. And I got into the books, and I was like, oh, man, okay. So I can take a pork chop, and I can make mustard pork loin and add a little bit of applesauce in it. Boom. That's something different, you know? And it was just like, and it was just a slow elevation of things. It was just like, I was like, all right, I can only cook this for a week. Now, next week, I'm like, all right, cool. Now I got my things for the next 2 weeks. So I had to go back and do my homework again. I had to go and research and find out everything to be able to be like, all right, how am I going to get past the 4th week of the month now? How am I going to get past week 6? So it's always an innovation. So when I started out doing meal preps, it was good for me because I had to always keep elevating. I had to always keep searching on trying to instead of giving the person the same exact stuff every week, or I had like an 8-week rotation. You know, so I had dishes for 8 weeks, 5 days a week for 8 weeks, and I rotated it like that. And then every week I would introduce like a new dish. Like on a Friday, their cheat day, I'd give them maybe like something different. I'd give them like some steak, you know, stuff like that on the meal preps. And ever since then, you know, that's when my mind just took off. And it was just like, this is easy now. All I have to do is read a book, and then I think about it, get some ideas, and I'm like, poof, I can take this and this. I'm like, yo, this is simple. Right. It's simple, but it's not simple. But it's only simple for me because I have nothing else. This is it for me. You know, this is my passion. This is what I finally found to do at 31 years old in my life. I'm like, this is it. I'm not going to be doing this job or this job. This is all I have. This is all I do. So I have to always keep looking to do the next thing, you know.
You know, betting on yourself is always good. You know, it's rough in the beginning. It's definitely rough in the beginning. But I think if you stay persistent and stay consistent, you got to have persistency, but you also got to have consistency. If you got those two, and then you got the determination. I've been saying this for so long. Anybody that's been following this podcast to understand that those are keys to being successful in business. Regardless if you're cooking, and this is what you love, man. The business, this is a business. When the moment you start charging people and you start saying, well, this is going to be my price, this is my hourly, this is that. Now you have took that passion for cooking and converted it into a business. And I mean, look at you now, man. You just landed a pretty big client. Now we're not going to discuss the client, obviously client confidentiality and stuff like go, but I mean, just think about it. You said when you got out the Navy, it was hard. You started with meal preps. Now you have a multi-millionaire that you're cooking for. You know what I mean? And it's like, so tell us about how that transition was from your perspective. How did that transition look to you versus to me, like, dang, he started here, he grinded, then he made it here.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm always gonna be 100. When I moved back down south to San Diego from the Bay Area, like, it was rough. It was rough. Like, I only moved back down because, you know, my son was down here, and I was literally from New Year's last year, my client, Shay Martin, you know, Shay Martin was my client. Shout out to Shay. Shay and them, they gave me like my break. That was it. Because they're the clients. I've had them so many times since New Year's last year. And they believed in me. You know, I go back and I look at my picture sometimes and I'll be like, man, like, yo, I was serving a whole piece of ribeye or a whole piece of New Year's strip on a plate. Now I'm serving like, you know, half that. You know, and obviously I'm learning different things, but so from New Year's last year all the way to, you know, I'd say about April, I was coming down from the Bay almost every weekend or every other weekend doing dinner. You know, I was only getting back home with like $50 in my pocket, you know, and then having to try to find time to go pick my son up and bring him back up there. And, you know, it was hard, dude. And so like when I moved down here to San Diego, you know, I stayed in my best friend's house. I was on his couch. And I was on his couch, his wife, you know, they let me stay on his couch and everything. And I was just grinding, dude. Like, I had nothing else, you know, but I was still cooking. They never asked for a dime. You know, they asked me, hey, you need this, you need that. Hey, cooking equipment. Yeah. So he was like, hey, I bought you some plates. I bought some plates for you. I bought this silverware from this one. Because I'm like, hey, I'm going to buy silverware right here where it's cheap. She's like, no, I got this for you. Right. You know, so I had people in my life that believed in me, you know, to be able to help me get back on my feet, transitioning to moving back down here where I was going to continue my passion and be better. Right. And just, you know, it was rough, man. And, you know, just so now, even when I got that client, you know, my roommate, he told me, hey, post on, you know about Nextdoor app. Nextdoor, what's that? It's pretty much like a Facebook, but for the neighborhood. So I got on the Nextdoor app. And I was like, dude, I don't know nothing about this. And you had to wait to get a code to verify if you live in the neighborhood, stuff like that. And then I put on there my picture is like the same picture that's on here. I was like, hi, I'm Chef Kelston. I'm a personal chef. Just moved down from the Bay Area, live in La Jolla. Here's my website. Contact me if you need a personal chef. People commented on there, some good comments, some bad comments. It is what it is. And then one lady contacted me, was like, hi, I'm looking for a personal chef. And I was like, okay. She's like, yeah. Talked to her for a little bit. She was like, hey, are you able to interview on this date? I was like, yeah. She's like, bring your resume and this and this and that. I'm like, okay, sounds great. I'm saying like, man, I don't have a resume.
Hold on, wait a minute. As a personal chef, what do you bring? What kind of like do you bring a dish? And it's like, well, here's my resume? Like how does that work? You know, can nobody tell you can cook by a piece of paper?
When I tell you I didn't have a resume, like the resume is pretty much like what you've done. The same resume and you have references. I didn't have a resume. Well, I had a resume. You know how it is. You get a resume, it's one of your friends' resume, you take it and you add your stuff on there. Right. I mean, that's that. I'm just gonna be honest. And so I did that and I was like, all right, cool. I think this is good. And then I posted on my Facebook. I was like, yo, I got an interview with this client. Like, this is gonna be a big thing. Like, and the amount of support just came. It was like, oh, let me know if you need help. Like, I write resumes. I do this. I do that. I was like, all right, cool. My boy, Chef Josh in Detroit.
Shout out to Chef Josh.
Detroit. He sent me his resume, and I tweaked it a little bit. I was like, cool. I was like, all right, I think it looks good. I sent it to my son's mom. She reviewed it. You know, I sent it to like 5 or 6 people. And then one of my old clients, Brittany, shout out to Brittany and her mom. They've been with me a lot too.
What's her mama's name?
Brittany took Monique.
Monique.
Yeah, so Brittany took my resume. She's like, hey, I was like, hey, I got to be out of here by this time because it takes X amount of time to get here. I am trying to be late. Like, even though late lives 10 minutes down the street. No.
You're there 45 minutes early.
Yeah, so I was like, I still got to go over here to FedEx, print it out. Like, she was like, oh, all right, hold on. I'm doing it. She redid my whole resume. For me. Like, and I was like, oh, I looked at it. I was like, oh, well, I see why you redid it. Cool. Hey, George, what's up, bro?
What's up, George?
And she redid my resume, and I went over there, and I was like, and I'm talking to my best friend, Chef Jason, San Diego. I was calling him on the phone, like, look, bro, and I'm texting him in the interview, like, underneath, I'm like, hey, bro, she asked, like, what do I think is a salary? And this is all true. I don't know. And that's the thing as a chef, like, when you're an artist, it's kind of hard. People kind of, when you first start out, it's kind of hard to put value or put a price on your work because you're just doing it just because you love to do it. So, and I was texting him, I was like, hey, bro, she needs 3 days a week from 2 to 7, just dinner only for 3 people. Like, how much should I charge? And he was like, hey, charge this amount. It's like, all right, cool. And she had already asked me, hey, what do you think I should, what do you think your salary? I was like, I don't know. I just like cooking.
Right.
And I'm sitting here texting him under the table, like, hey man, she said this, she said that, hey, can I do this? Can I and like literally he's helped me through the whole interview process. Like, because I hadn't had an interview in almost since 2008.
Right.
And yeah, he was helping me through that the whole time. And then she was like, all right, we'll be in contact. And then she was like, we're gonna try you out, we're good to go, and pay you this. Cool, done. And I was like, I walked out of the interview, was like, oh man.
Shout out to David.
David, what's going on? And
and so, not to cut you off, I have some questions based off of that. So in my mind, I'm thinking of how this actually went. In my mind, I'm like, I see somebody like this, like, yeah, that works. Yeah, that worked. But in reality, all jokes aside, it's about knowing your worth, right? And when you understand your worth, right, it produces some major benefits, right? Because I think for so long, we have devalued ourselves for so long that when we have an opportunity, and honestly, anytime you go into an interview, they already have their max set.
Yes.
Now it's up to you to figure out what their max is, right? And obviously, I'm sure y'all came to a great, realization of what it was supposed to be. But that's one of those opportunities that was God, bro. That's exactly what it was. From you moving to the Bay to San Diego, one, to be closer to your son, and then two, where all the opportunity, everything just unfolded for you there. And sometimes we don't see those things at our lowest parts because all we see is the fight. We keep fighting every day, every single day. Doesn't seem like nothing's getting better, and then boom, your blessing comes. And now it's up to you to be ready for it, to receive it. And just like anything, you was ready ready to receive it. So you're there now. How's it going now?
It's going. It's just like any job.
No, keep going. I'm gonna get back to Rodney. We're gonna get back to you in a second.
It's going. Just like everything, you have to learn. You have to learn, and you have to be comfortable. It takes time, and especially in that sector, it's not like where I do a dinner party and it's like, all right, cool, and I'm not gonna have to see these people again, until they book me again. This is like I see these people 3 days a week,
right?
So it's like it's one of the things where I'm always learning because I have to learn. Okay, I know the wife, she likes a smaller portion of starches. The husband is a meat and potatoes kind of guy. The housekeeper, she loves everything, So I have to learn the daughter. She's gluten free. So everything that I cook the rest of them, I have to cook different for the daughter. And it's stressful, but I would say I love it because I'm learning so much about just by cooking for someone.
Yeah.
I know when she's mad. I know when she's mad. I know when it's kind of like it's a family pretty much. You're around them so much they become kind of like family. But I mean, it's going pretty good right now. They're quarantining right now, so I haven't been there in a couple weeks because they just got back from Hong Kong, so they're quarantining for 30 days. So I just cook at home and drop the meals off for them. But everything is going as it's supposed to.
Good, man. I'm gonna put Rodney's question back up here and let you answer that one. And then we're gonna go into another aspect of what Chef Kelston has got going on that I think is best for we all to know. So Ronnie says, Chef, did you go to cooking school out the Navy, or was it just a mix of mentors and getting it out the mud?
Well, okay, so in the Navy, obviously we go through the schooling. I think my schooling was like 30 days. That's about 30 days of actual schooling. And then It's just kind of like whatever. So, and then, once I was actually a CS, my last 4 years in the Navy, 6 years in the Navy, I was picking up different things from different people. And like I said, Chef Jason, he taught me a lot before I got out because he was cooking for admirals, doing admirals events and stuff like that. So I just picked up a little bit of stuff from everyone else. So when I got out, by the time I got out of the Navy, I was already kind of moving like full steam ahead into cooking full time. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. And like I said, I worked for Chef Jeff, and that was pretty much like a catering style, providing, meals to troops that are, out. And then I moved to San Antonio in December of 18. And then I went to Art Institute over there, and I went there for 6 months. And I was getting ready to transfer to CIA in Napa, which is Culinary Institute of America. It's like the #1 culinary school in the country. And I needed a recommendation. So the director of the culinary at Art Institute, he was like, "Look, man, you're in the military. You've been cooking. I literally knocked off like three years of schooling for my military credits and stuff like that." And so he was like, "Don't waste your money. Take business classes. You already have industry experience. Just take business classes. I'm still going to write your recommendation, but don't waste your money. Take business classes to better yourself, and the cooking is just going to come." And that's what I did. When I moved back I was going to go back to CIA, and then I ended up going to a community college in San Francisco, CCSF, and I just started taking like finance classes, business classes, and marketing classes. Business, finance, and marketing, because I had to know how to promote my business. I had to learn how to run the books.
To a successful business.
Yes. I learned, even though basic math is very hard for me. Cannot do it. I use a calculator. And, just like finance, marketing, and business, like those classes is what I took. And I took nutrition classes also. And those were the classes that I wanted to take that was going to help me to push doing meal preps up there. Because I had no job up there. I was just a veteran making money from school. And I was like, this is boring. I need something. I gotta start doing something. So I started working. I was doing meal preps out of the apartment I was up there in. It's probably about maybe like 500 square feet. And I was doing like meals on Sundays, so Saturdays shopping, Sundays cooking all day, delivering Sunday night, deliver for Monday and Tuesday. Now Wednesdays I cook again for Thursday and Friday. So I split the week up like that, and that was pretty much it. So no schooling. I mean, minimal schooling, but it's been a combination of everything: schooling, mentors, and just learning stuff on my own.
And I'm a firm believer in all actuality. Too many people, and no shots to you, Rodney. I hope that answers your question, but I'm a firm believer in not everything needs schooling. Some things are a God-blessed or God-given talents, and all we need to do is find ways to manifest those things into a way that allows us to be successful with our talents. For instance, you're good with your hands. You don't have to be good with, math, and that's why they make calculators. At the end of the day, your job, you're an artist, right? What I realized just following you and obviously other chefs is when you are cooking, it's just like painting, right? Your presentation. I mean, I look at it all the time when I go to a nice restaurant. If it doesn't look good, then it probably don't taste good. I mean, and then at times when it looks suspect and it is good, those are very rare occasions. But most people eat with their eyes before their mouth. Mm-hmm. So you got to understand how to perfect those things. And I think I'm talking to the right person to do it, because if for anybody that's looking to try to see what I'm talking about, man, go follow Kelston on IG at Shell Kelston, man. He has some freaking pictures that is just mind blowing and stunning. And we're gonna kind of deviate here because I want to get to a couple more points that I think is very important, right? And one thing that you mentioned here is that it was really a struggle, right? Once you was able to figure out what it was, you kind of got it zoned in. You zoned in, you honed in, you knew exactly what it is that you're doing now. And you never let your circumstances stop you. So y'all just had your second annual Feed the Homeless drive. And the first one was major. You know, I remember seeing it. And you was looking for doing donations. I think you fed how many people? Like I thought like 2,000 or something like that.
Last year it was roughly about I'd say about close to like almost close to 1,000.
Okay.
About
so
500, yeah.
And then this year, last week you had your event in San Diego. How many people did you feed?
Oh man, that one we fed a lot of people, bro. I don't even remember the number off the top of my head.
But you didn't just only feed them. What else did you do?
So what we did was we provided we did toiletry bags. So instead of actually like last year, I actually did food. This year I did sandwiches instead because of COVID, you know. And so we made sandwiches, and I also did toiletry bags. So like raincoats, like ponchos, toilet paper, women feminine products, deodorant, body wash, razors, like single-use razors. We had some first aid kits out there that was donated. We had clothes that was donated, old shoes, not even old shoes. There was like some Jordans out there, like some Nikes, some Air Maxes that was donated by, you know, one of my good friends is a sneakerhead. He donated a lot of good shoes, had a lot of clothes. We had blankets, and then we was also able to offer haircuts. We had it cut. Oof, we had like there was guys out there lined up to take haircuts, man. It was just like the haircut thing was kind of like it for me, you know, because everything else was kind of I already knew what I was doing with the rest of the stuff. But to be able to offer the haircuts portion of it was just like, it was just mind blowing because just watching those guys, like they're waiting in line for a haircut. They already got their bag. They already got their bag of toiletries. They're not, some were, you know, asking for more, but most of them were just sitting there waiting for a haircut. And it was just like something as simple we cherish. We fail to, you know, we take for granted something as simple as a haircut, you know, it's like a haircut. You know, and that's all they were waiting for right there. And then they got a haircut, got the beard lined up and everything. They look like a totally new person. Dude, it's like walking off. His step is different. It was just mind blowing for me. The fact that when we offered the haircut portion to it, it was just mind blowing. You know, mind blowing their confidence after they got up out the chair. Like a couple people fell asleep right there in the chair. Yeah. It was like, man, like I actually felt like what I was doing had some type of purpose. Yeah. Meaning instead of just providing like the basic necessities that they already get from different programs across the city, but they were never able to get a one-stop shop, you know, because you have to go here for this, here for that, here for this, here for that. So they came through the line and we got sandwiches first. They coming down and I didn't make the bags before. I wanted to give them the opportunity to be able to speak and say, I want this. Because if somebody tells you they want something, that means that they're giving enough of themselves to say, I'm humble to know that I don't have this and I need it. So I'm going to ask you for this specific thing. I'm going to ask you for this specific thing, even though they could have got everything there. But some people just wanted just the feminine. Some ladies just want just the feminine products. Some just wanted deodorant, you know, stuff like that. So, but the fact that we had a one-stop shop and then they got the haircuts, it was like a big thing.
So what actually, what prompted you to go ahead and make such a, not only courageous, but, you know, influential move? Because a lot of people don't understand. It's like some of the most ignored people are homeless people. And we forget that they're still people, right? They still have feelings. Doesn't matter what got them there. It doesn't matter how they got there. But I tell you what, for people that don't live in California or don't live in San Diego particularly, it's easy to go homeless there. Especially when a 500 square foot apartment costs you $1,000, or, you know, it takes time. I mean, it takes a lot of money to live out there. So what put this? What inspired this?
So last year in Stockton, I was just like, Stockton's homeless population was horrible. It was crazy. And I was like, man, I was doing good in my meal preps at the time. And I was like, you know what? I had everything that I could want within my budget. Like I was like, man, I could go out to the bar and drink with my friends. I can do this. I can take a trip here if I wanted to on my bike. And I was just like, all right, I have a little bit of money. I got $500. Let me just go ahead and take $500 and let me just do some food. And then I told my consultant and one of this dude's like the backbone, Atlee Joseph, my consultant, my website designer, talking to him at all hours of the night. He's the one that helped me put that together last year. And he was like, look, our donations page. Now I was gonna match it at first. I was like, I'm gonna put 500. I don't think people are gonna donate like that. And then they ended up doing it. Blew 1,500 donations in a day. And I was like, oh man, I'm on to something. So I took that money and I went, one of my good friends, Chef Paul in the Bay Area, out of Heritage Dining and Provisions. He let me use his kitchen. He let me use his kitchen to do all the meals. He donated chicken. He donated his warmer. He put the warmer on the back of our truck and everything so we can have all that done. And so doing that last year, just seeing like the people that I affected, I was like, you know what? Like I know I can't do this every day or every month like I would like to, but just doing it one time and as much as I can with my resources, that's good enough for me. Because like I said, when I got out of the military, it was hard. I've slept in my car a couple times, a few times. Like I've had to borrow money from friends, not knowing if I was gonna give it back. Like it was just like rough. And I know what I was going through living out of my car. They don't have a car. They're just figuring it out day by day. And that's what really kind of like made me kind of like want to do this, more often, because I know what it was like for me living out of my car, and they have it way worse than I do.
Absolutely.
No matter what the situation is, what I was going through in my life at the time, it is what it is, because it made me who I am today.
Exactly.
And just being able to give back and do that. And now we just started Operation Address the Homeless San Diego. It's a nonprofit 501(c)(3). So we're going to be able to do this more often, be able to get a building like they do at the other location in Pennsylvania, to be able to offer haircuts, job training, work employment, showers, day room activities, stuff like that, to be able to help them get on their feet. You can't save everybody, what I'm saying? But as long as you give them the avenue to try to change, and that's just basic thing, going back to me in the military and getting out, wanting to do this and knowing that I want to move down here to be closer to my son. And I had these amount of people to help me out to get on my feet or to help me get where I'm at. Like one of my chef friends, I asked him about recipes all the time. And he's like, hey, look, do this. I told him everything was my recipe. He told me everything was his recipe, Chef Quentin. That's how we got close.
Chef Quentin.
Yeah. And he told me Chef Quentin gave me a lot of stuff that was in his recipe. And I was like, cool. And he gave me his recipe. And I was like, all right, cool. Now I need to know why you do this, why you do that, why you do that. And that's all because people love their passion and they care and they look out for the next. So at the end of the day, the people that help me get to where I'm at now, all I'm going to turn around and do is give it to someone else to maybe give them a chance to see where they can do with it, with an opportunity. That's all we all need is an opportunity.
Absolutely.
And the three things that I live by is the 3 C's. Communication, communicate what you want. Complacency, don't get complacent or you're not going to get where you want to go, and consistency. Those are the 3 things that I live by every day: communication, complacency, and consistency. You have to abide by those things or you're not going to get it. And that's just me.
Absolutely. And I do want to I want to let you know, I thought it was supposed to be this week. We was going to try to make a pledge to support to get to your goal. But next year, Dapper D Cigars will pledge a certain amount based on your budget and what it is that you need, because I would love to see you touch 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 people if we can. And if we can support that and we can help, financially contribute to that, then I want all in. I'm all about giving back. I'm all about everything. So prior to, your next year event, let us know, reach out to us, and we'll bring you back on to talk about that event, to also open up the floodgates for other people to donate. as well as we'll also, give our contribution to that as well.
And contribution doesn't even have to be monetary, man. It's just, just simple, a shout out or saying, hey, I got some old clothes, like I'm not using. We all got that left side of the closet we don't use. We got the shoes that are too small that we still try to fit in because we think we look cool. It's not just monetary. It's also, other things too. Letting other people know that maybe you might think like tomorrow and walk down the street and be like, all right, man, like, you know what? Let me give this extra shirt that I got that's been back in my car to this guy that's sitting here on the corner right now. That's just you donating right there. It's not just for me or what I'm doing over here. It's about everywhere else, because it's always about picking the next man up to help them get to where you at.
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest thing that lacks in the African American community. We always feel like, it's hard to uplift a brother. It's what we did. We had a hard life, so you don't care about the next person. But at the end of the day, God puts you in certain situations to uplift people for a reason. And shout out to John Bellinelli, man. Thank you so much, man. Again, another person that said he wants to contribute as well. So the support is there, man. What you got going on is that we fully support it. And we're gonna be here to rock with you throughout the whole thing. So we're gonna talk about the fun parts, right? The fun things to talk about as we kind of wrap up. But we might go over our hour. So your schedule support it.
I ain't got nothing. I was about to go cook dinner. I'm good to go.
All right, champ. So speaking of dinner, what is your favorite dish to make and why? And before we do that, Samaya said we've talked about past trials and present projects. What's next?
What's next?
But we answer that question and then we're gonna go to what I said.
I can't really say what's next. It's a lot of stuff that I'm working on, but what I will say, it has to do with Operation Address the Homeless San Diego. As me being the chapter president, that's all I can say right now. I don't want to, say too much, but we got a lot of big stuff that's coming up soon, for this project of addressing the homeless here in San Diego, and not just San Diego, Skid Row, like things like that, and. So I would say,
follow you on Instagram and Facebook to get the updated content of what's going to be next.
Exactly. I put everything out there for you guys to know. It is my life is an open book, to a certain extent. But for the most part, what's next is I'm just gonna continue cooking. I got a tasting. I want to do a tasting here soon. It's gonna be a pretty big tasting once we get out of purple tier right now, San Diego. But that tasting is going to be crazy because I've been trying to release these 2 menus for the past 4 months and I can't, because nowhere's allowing me to hold a venue, stuff like that. So, but I will say, look out for my next tasting and also the next project for Address the Homeless San Diego.
Let's do it. Samaya, there you have it. So back to my question initially. Favorite dish that you like to make, and give us a quick rundown on how to make it. Boom.
Favorite dish I like to make. Okay, so so there's 2 different types. I like to make at home, or do I like to make for my clients? There's a difference. Because you're gonna see it's gonna be night and day.
Let's do this. If somebody was to book you for an evening for the Chef Kelston Culinary Experience.
All right, perfect. So
you got a dinner.
One dish. The one dish that everybody already knows because it's all over social media right now after we got done doing a Maker's Mark event, Louisiana Purchase with Chef Quentin. Capellini crab cake. Capellini crab cake. I got this recipe from Matthew Arniatis. He's in Jacksonville. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. As always. Yeah, he's in Jacksonville. You know him.
Man, I know him.
Yeah, you've known him.
I've known him.
I think you know him. We're military, small world. But Capellini crab cake, you got green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, shallots, oregano, thyme, rosemary, crab. You can do lump or claw, doesn't matter. And then you got angel hair pasta, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper. Just a pinch of cayenne pepper. Black pepper, make sure it's ground and it's fine and not the granules. And then you mix it all up together. and then you form it into like a little patty like this.
Mm-hmm.
Bread it with panko breadcrumbs. Put it in the refrigerator. I put it in the freezer for about 20-30 minutes. Get some oil. Deep fry it so it's nice and golden brown. Pull it out, and then you got the lobster cream sauce, which you put shallots. Saute the shallots, caramelize them a little bit. You add a little bit of Maker's Mark or any type of bourbon or whiskey. You add that in there, reduce it, like get a little fire, a little show, and then you add your lobster base, and then you add your cream, and then shout out to Chef Larry Abrams for giving me this added little bit of goodness, add a little bit of rice to it. So a little bit of rice to the sauce, put it in a blender, thicken it up, add cut some cherry tomatoes, saute it, add the sauce in there, and then throw it right on top of the crab cake. I just gave you guys my recipe. And
can you see this pop up on your screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Do everybody else see it? Hold on. I want to see that it pops up. Give me a second. I'm trying to show you guys the picture of it right here. Hold on. Y'all see that right there? That is that what you was talking about? Hold on. I think that's the wrong one.
Yes,
right?
No, that's what I was talking about.
That's exactly what you was talking about.
Yes.
Do y'all see this? Hold on. I'm gonna pull up another picture too. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Which one? It's another one that you just did, right?
You can go to the top. I just did a dessert just now.
This is another one. Man, look at him, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, this dude is freaking phenomenal. Check this out. This is some pictures from the event last week that we just got done talking about. I know you didn't expect this, but look at him.
So that right there is all the ingredients that goes into the crab cake. When people talk about the small portions and everything, all these ingredients, I didn't have the pasta in there yet, but all these ingredients mix up and go right inside of that little bit of inside that ring mold.
Look at that. I'm telling you, dude is cold. This is another experience. Chef Kelston, man, is doing it, man. Nice romantic dinner, candlelight, walk away man. Look at that, man. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all need to go ahead and book them. This is another. Tell us a little bit about this one.
So this recipe, that was actually the first time I ever made lamb, honestly. Well, I made it at the house before, the night before, and then I tried it again. A lot of stuff I do try. I do try at home. And then, because, everything's the same when it comes to food for me. But I know what something tastes like without having to taste it. So I compare different things together. So that recipe right there was pistachio crusted lamb, ground up some pistachios. And then a little bit of Dijon mustard on the outside after you cook the lamb, and then put the pistachios on it, and then that's it.
Man, look, you cold, baby. You cold. So thanks for giving us the quick secrets on the crab cake, man.
Now I do got to tell you about my home one. My home favorite thing to eat at home is top ramen noodles. Top ramen noodles and hot dogs. That's what I eat at home.
Top ramen and hot. Oh my god.
Yes.
You a chef and going back to the hood, man. You can't do that.
Man, I got a lot of noodles in the drawer in there. A lot. And I got hot dogs for days. That's what I eat at home. I don't like to cook at home.
Man, for real.
All the time.
And that's just funny, man, because a lot of people think, everybody, I post cigar reviews almost 3 times a day. That's my goal. Sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do not feel like doing it. But at the end of the day, it's all about marketing. It's all about presentation. It's all about putting your products out there and giving somebody else something new to look at. You know what I mean? And I think what you're doing, man, is just that. You're taking experience that people thought they would never be able to actually have. A personal chef, a dinner at the beach. Freaking have somebody in your house cooking up a meal, and you and your wife is, just having a just amazing night. You never thought that you can make that into an affordable package for people to do it, man. And I commend you for everything that you're doing, bro. Seriously,
I appreciate it, man.
You're doing big things, man, and I know the next steps are big, it's huge, and You just keep grinding, man. Keep on going and continue to put those pictures out, man. Y'all also go follow him at Kelston Moore. You probably gonna get a little bit on Facebook. You probably gonna get a little bit more than just recipes and stuff like that. But I mean, great freaking guy, man. Seriously. So if you're in the California area, and if you're not in the California area, you're looking for a date night or something just to set the tone and be special and different, man. Shout out to go reach out to Chef Kelston and get him booked up for that event, man. I promise you he won't disappoint you. I promise you.
I can't wait.
Tell everybody where you can find you at, brother.
You can find me on Instagram at Chef Kelston, ChefKelston, or chefkelston.com. You'll find me on Facebook if you see it. So, but Instagram is primarily the number one page where you can see. That's where I post a lot of pictures.
Yeah, man. And we appreciate you, man. Last question I'm gonna get, and I got for you before you go. What's the best dinner that you can cook that you think is best that goes with a full body cigar?
Ooh, you know what? I can't give you that yet because I got something in the works right now with a couple of people in Atlanta, and I can't talk about it. But and I will be calling you after we get off this because we need to talk also too on that. Because I'm glad that you asked me that because I was just literally having this conversation like a week ago with two good friends of mine in Atlanta about cigars and food. So that will be coming soon. That's to answer the question for Samaya earlier. That's what may be coming soon. Is just think about some cigars and food in Atlanta.
Do it. Let's freaking do it. Because honestly, in order to really enjoy a cigar, you want to make a special occasion. I always smoke. Man, when me and my wife go to the steakhouses, we always smoke afterwards because that is the perfect time to enjoy the cigar. You get a Pinot or a dry wine to go with it, or you could do some bourbon, some rye. I mean, some whiskey, cognac, whatever it is that you. But that combination is just all around just the stuff. So. If you want, you can stay on after this. After we end the broadcast, I'll jump back on with you. But thank you so much, Chef Kelston.
Man, thank you. I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you.
Man, thank you.
You know why I'm saying that. I'm proud of you, though.
Hey, look. Hey, we both can say that. You know what? Hey, look, man.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Hey, one thing about the virtual smoke that, man, I don't shy away from my past. My past is what made me. All right? But when I was here. I'm telling you, for all my San Diego folks that know me, boy, I am a changed man.
We had some good times.
I am blessed. And you gonna make me shout out. You gonna make me do a little shout real quick. Hold on now. But boy, hey, everybody knew me in town, and it was different. It was
matter of fact, your name is still saved as Jacktown in my phone. Man.
But thank you so much for having us. Thanks so much for taking the time to get on the virtual smoke deck with us, man. We learned a lot from you. One thing we do on the virtual smoke deck every segment is we drop one gem. Obviously, we dropped a lot of them, but we drop one particular gem that deals with anything that's inspirational, that's on your heart, that's on your mind, that you want to tell the people, man. Go ahead.
Hustle and motivate.
Naturally.
The reason I say that is because everything that we do in life, you do it because you have to get ahead in life, or you want to just continue life. No matter how hard it may be or how easy it may be, you have to continue going. And you always have somebody watching you, whether it's your kid or that young chef or that young cigar person that's trying to open up their business. You have to learn that when you're hustling, you have to motivate the next person because you're only as great as the next person following you. You're only as great as the next man behind you, because if you don't have people behind you to help you, you can't be great.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for your time, Chef Kelston Moore. And y'all go follow him on IG at Chef Kelston. Go book him on Chef Kelston Moore. No, Chef Kelston Culinary Experience for your next date night. Man, thank you so much. And we appreciate it. Have a good one, brother. Man, one thing about the virtual smoke that I'm big on, and I would never stop, is we have to empower each other, man. We have to empower each other in a way that it magnifies the next person's life. And I'm gonna take on the two simple words that Chef Kelston said is hustle and motivate. Without hustling, you would never get to your dreams. You would never be able to accomplish what it is that you were destined to do if you do not hustle. It takes time. It takes grind. It takes all kinds of things to get you to the success that you want to be. It does not come overnight. If you expect it to come overnight, then I'm telling you right now, you're expecting to fail. It is not going to come overnight. It takes time. It's going to be some ups. It's going to be some downs. But at the end of the day, you have to understand it takes hard work to get to success. If it was success was easy, we'd have a bunch of millionaires in the world. And just quite frankly, that's not the case. So you got to hustle. And then on the next part, you got to motivate. Never be afraid to share what it is that you know with somebody else that's looking to try to do exactly what it is. Don't look at it as, oh, they're my competition or this. No, they're not. There is somebody else that you're simply trying to help build and help mold into being, a better them. So whatever it is that you can do, man, do it. That's exactly how we got to Dapper D's. That's exactly how we're making our success, is because somebody took the time to motivate us, to educate us, to teach us what it is that we need to know. With that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this segment of the virtual smoke date, man. I hope y'all tune in for the upcoming ones that we got. We got Lit Torch and the brand ambassador of Conscious Cigars. Actually, scratch that. That's 2 weeks. Next week, we got my boy out of the smoking session. We're going to be doing some live reviews of some cigars next week. So for all my cigar smokers, man, this is the time. Y'all want to know where I get my wording from? Y'all want to know what I think of cigars when I smoke them? Well, guess what? Next week, you'll actually be able to see me in action, smoking cigars, rating cigars, as well as just telling you the notes I taste out of the cigars myself. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button for everybody that wasn't able to tune in with us. They can watch it later. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smash on that like button, and give us a big thumbs up, and as well as hit that notification bell. With that being said, I'm Jack the Cigar Enthusiast, and I'm gone.